A march on Washington demanding criminal justice reforms is taking place today, spurred by months of protest over police violence against black people. It's being organised to coincide with the 57th anniversary of Martin Luther King Jr.'s I Have a Dream speech, with civil rights leaders hoping to build momentum behind a national movement for lasting change. Barbara Platt-Usher reports.
No justice, no peace!
How to channel a summer of mass unrest into concrete change. The March on Washington is capitalizing on this national moment of reckoning to try and do just that, like civil rights leaders in 1963. At George Washington University, nestled between the Lincoln Memorial and the White House, these students feel swept up in the tide of history.
I think the past few months, I don't know if it's like sparked something, but I think it sparked something in the nation that made it okay for us to be outwardly upset and outwardly feeling what we've always felt day to day going through life being black.
What do you think this march can achieve?
This is for the goal that this doesn't have to keep happening, because my grandma's generation, it breaks their heart that here we are spending our 20s having to fight for our right to live.
It's not radical. One, Black Lives Matter. Like, that's not radical. That's not.
Shouldn't be radical.
It shouldn't be radical.
Yeah.
The widely heralded and in some quarters feared March on Washington.
This seemed radical, even militant at the time. It brought some 250,000 people to the doorsteps of power with a thunderous roar.
In 1963, the March on Washington moved race relations forward with landmark legislation on civil and voting rights. But it didn't finish the job. Activists are still pressing for new laws, but they also want new attitudes. They want to change the nation's state of mind.
The pandemic has thrown up unexpected barriers, so the crowds will be thinner and the revolution will be streamed.
The technologies that exist today.
A virtual version of the march will amplify its demands for new policing and voting laws and push to get out the vote.
I think that after November 3rd, when we see the results for, again, not just the White House, but all elections across the country locally, we'll be able to then determine whether or not the march was impactful, right? So this is the train to November 3rd, and we want more folks to join us.
For marchers, it's a call to believe in something they haven't yet seen and to make it happen. Barbara Platt-Usher, BBC News, Washington.